Hey, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to Demon Radio, the Soulless podcast of all time for any anime arena fighter or any anime game that we damn well feel like talking about this show. And that's all I gotta say about that. I'm your host, Jig. You already know how it do. You don't know how I be. But today we got a special guest, baby. A big figurehead in the anime gaming community. The captain of the tactical co-op crew, Sorryman. Welcome to the show.
Glad to be here.
Damn. Y'all have no idea how long it took just to get this intro. The audio tweaking, Discord's being an op. So this interview about to be scuffed, so I apologize in advance. The delay is crazy, but yeah. Sorryman, big name in anime gaming, runs TCO. You're probably gonna see a lot of their players and TOs in any future tournaments that you have, especially this game that we're going to talk about later. And he actually decided to pull up for the one time, since there's always been a Demon Slayer podcast. Alright, I gotta stop trolling. Y'all, don't worry. I'm not giving up on Bleach. I'm never giving up on Bleach, but this is just the new big game that everybody talked about. Just thought I'd give it its light, and most of the people I know are looking forward to this game more than anything. I'm gonna still do Bleach content, but you know, you and I both know we all want to talk about Demon Slayer too. Let's be honest. So let's talk about it. But before we do that,
Yeah, I'm real hyped, man.
you gotta let me
ahead.
know. You gotta let me know, bro. What do you expect out of this game, bro? The biggest thing. I want to know all that.
The biggest thing I expect out of this game, or just what I expect, my expectations for the game in general?
It could be both. Whatever you feel like talking about first, man.
All right. So, in that case, my general expectations are, I do believe in this game. I hear some talking about how this is like anime arena fighters like last chance potentially, and I do think Demon Slayer 2 is positioned to be the best anime arena fighter out there. You know, like, and I'm loving seeing the improvement in quality of anime arena fighters. They're all like just right there, like a lot of them just shy of greatness. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I think
I can speak from experience.
if they capitalize on the potential, if they capitalize on this potential, then this is going to be really something special and something that competitively or casually a lot of people are going to be able to have a lot of fun with. As far as something specific from the game, um, hey, I'm excited to see what all is going to happen mechanically. I'm a lab rat. I probably spend a lot more time in training mode than I do actually playing in game.
Relatable.
And I'm excited for the mechanics.
It looks like they're going to be adding a whole lot, bro. And they're actually showing that they're learning from their first game, their first experience, and putting it on the second. Even though we're still not getting anime arena fighter demos, at least if we, like you say, we push in quality, then we can definitely push for things that normal fighting games get, and it just becomes the norm in these games. I love it. You're right. You just right. But like, damn. At least we got that out of the way because we're my manners. We gotta talk about. I did give you the big intro, but then these people gotta know, because only I know that you like leading TCO. You see a lot of y'all players in a lot of Demon Slayer tournaments. You've been with this Demon Slayer game through trial and tribulation when everybody like quote unquote abandoned it. I know a lot of Demon Slayer players were in Bleach and they didn't go back and forth, and now they want to be back for Demon Slayer 2, bro. But then you stuck with it. You stuck with the game. So the people gotta know, who is Sorryman? And by the way, big sub to Sorryman. I'm gonna put that thing up there. But while they go sub to you, tell them who Sorryman is.
Well, I'm Sorryman321. I am a Demon Slayer player, content creator, tournament host, and just overall fan of the game. I don't know if I should like go all the way into background or whatever, or if that's going to be a topic for the questions. But in general,
No, go
like
ahead.
I love. Well, I think Street Fighter was one of the first fighting games that I got into, and started to love like the mechanics of. Um, Later on, I would get into anime fighters and arena fighters. So Naruto Storm was big for me. Like that was
Mm,
basically all of my college. Like I would get through my classes and then go to the activity center to play Storm 4 with my crew, my homies, and we would get at it. Like that was the highlight. And
facts.
uh I had also gotten into Dragon Ball Fighters pretty heavy. I actually that's where I met you. I was able to when Ultimate Burst rolled around and I had some chops. I was able to be on the team and help commentate for Dragon Ball Fighter. So after I helped Trader PC commentate a few events, that's something that you're well familiar with.
Hmm.
I got the opportunity to meet you and commentate alongside you in Ultimate Burst and getting to see your experience and repertoire with the whole commentary thing. Um, but yeah, like it's been a journey. What I primarily do is I like to break down and analyze the game. I want to do a lot more analysis content and a lot more tutorials because there's a lot of stuff that people don't know about this game and a lot of depth that people haven't tapped into, whether you're talking from the casual perspective. And there's even stuff that like you talk to a pro or somebody who's competitive, there's still things that some of the lab rats can still surprise you with. So
For sure. Big ups to you, man. You've been out here. You're killing it. I was even gonna give you like a whole Sean Evans intro, but then I'm like, I might as well just let you do it. It was gonna be all like, Sorry Man is a figurehead of the Demon Slayer community who's been teaching people for years. A scientist, a professor, a teacher. If you want any good analysis, you definitely go to him first. Well, just and everything you just described, just pretty much knock that out. I just delete that off my notes because you explained that perfectly. Because I noticed from all the Demon Slayer content you're doing that there are a lot of people around who do the same. You're Wave Magus and Silver and the likes of which in like the big anime community games when the game you know is on the road to launch and everybody wants the clout from it, but then you stick with it because you got the passion for it, and that's love, bro. It's love.
hmm
Could never be a side game for you. I could tell.
yeah,
You've been telling me the Yaba tech yesterday. Wild. That's wild.
that's on the hush hush. That's on the hush hush. They don't know about my Yahaba yet. I mean, they do, but they don't really like. It's funny because
Word.
like I I'm a what would I call it? I would say that I'm a knowledgeable, like one of the most knowledgeable. Yeah, I'll say that. I'm one of the most knowledgeable Yahaba players, like as far as the ins and outs of how that character works mechanically. Like, and I'm doing weird stuff that people aren't doing with the character. But as far as
Mm.
like the skill gap in as a player, like again, I'm primarily a lab rat, so I have some weird habits, and I'll be like going for just stuff that I like, meaty setups with the eruption at the feet on wake up, tech to extend how long you'll have to stay on the ground within the combo, like because
Mm.
Yahaba doesn't get hard knockdowns very easily, but he has to do some.
Hmm.
He can do potentially some really weird things to get some hard knockdowns. Um, so there's a lot of stuff that I know about Yahaba, and I've surprised even some like the high level Yahabas with uh, bits of tech. But at the same time, it's like a lot of the time, like the game comes back to the fundamentals and the core decision making. So even if you're not doing something crazy or overthinking like I am, you might be a better player than me. So
Yeah,
it
don't
is what
sell
it
short
is there,
short.
but I'm
This your
still on the climb
episode.
and improving as
Hype
a player.
yourself up. Yeah, hype yourself up, Brody. I mean, furthermore, when it came to Demon Slayer and like hearing the word of mouth, everybody would mention you about the tech, and then when you research, you're in those compilation combo videos. That's you, bro. Like chances are we're gonna see a lot more of you in Demon Slayer 2, and that's definitely I'm all for it. We're all for it, bro. You hear that, YouTube? He's already spilling the tech, but like the low key stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep in mind. Keep a watch
I
on him,
don't.
cause
Mm-hmm.
just keep a watch on you, bro. I'm hyping you up. Can never hype you up enough.
Mm-hmm. I also wanted to say, like, I like the Sean Evans reference you made. I'm actually a spice head, and my last stab bottle is kind of empty. My
Word.
fault, maybe.
You pop one right off the Scoville table? Damn.
Yeah, I have the Hot Ones kit, and like it. I indeed love me a little bit of kick.
Yeah, me too. Spice heads are unite, bro. That's why I love hot ones. Always want to actually smoke everybody, bro. Like, quick tangent. One person I thought would actually kill it because I met him before was Idris Elba. I'd be like, nah, Idris Elba's so cool, bro.
Hmm.
He gonna kill this. And the first thing that happens is everybody starts memeing him when he's sweating. Like, what the? I've never been so disappointed in my
That was a
life, bro.
great.
It
No, no,
was a
no.
good.
Like even in the in that kind of thing, like it's iconic. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
even if he didn't like, oh, I'm the most macho and I took it without a sweat. It's like, nah, he did it, and like he created
yeah.
that moment that like I reference all the time. You know, it's great.
I love Idris, bro. That was
So
that's one of my favorite episodes. Yeah. Off the hot ones tangent, because the hot topic is still Demon Slayer, but this is still the Sorryman episode. I actually had all these icebreaker questions planned up, but like we're 10 minutes deep. That's how we flown. It's no problem, but we're still gonna play this game. Let's play
hmm
a little bit of goat talk. Like it's a complex video. It's just a few questions. Let's start with the here's a simple one. Goat video game.
Goat video game. Hard for me to categorize, since like I have to do it genre by genre.
Oh.
Um, but considering where I am today, Demon Slayer.
Still love, bro. Still dedication. Goat fast food joint.
I'm a simple guy. I'm gonna say Domino's.
Goat anime opening.
Anime opening. Tank. Cowboy Bebop.
Fire. Goat fighting game player.
Fighting game player.
Don't matter if it's arena fighters, Smash Bros, or even
K
traditional.
Brad.
It's all the same.
K Brad.
Kenneth Bradley. Oh,
K Brad. Ooh, I'd love to. All right, K. Can I do a couple more? Like, give me two more. Give me two more.
I'm gonna give you
Because
five.
I
Top
want to say.
five. No order.
All right. So let's go K Brad. Let's go Smug. Let's go
With the greatest ease.
uh with the greatest of ease. Let's go Mike Ross.
Miss him too.
Who, yeah, I mean he's been back at it lately, and I've been like he went on like I guess a sabbatical. He got caught. What was it? Bartending. Like not on
Yeah,
like some like, oh, it's like, what are you doing? It's like
like I fell
he's
off
just
the.
doing things. You know how like they would talk about J. Cole. It's like, took a break and it's just like, you find him on the beach.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how it felt with Mike Ross.
That's exactly what Mike Ross did, bro. He
Um.
got tired of the community, but it's good to find that he got the love back, bro. Love that guy. He still got two spots.
Mhm. I still got two spots. Um. Let's go with Daigo Umehara. And let's go J-Wong
Solid.
just because, like
Solid Street Fighter.
you gotta have the two goats who created that moment 37 for us, an
Mm-hmm.
inspiration to us all.
Respect. The GOAT fighting game players of literal descent, and the top three were literally boys from what's it called? Cross Counter? With Gutex in them? Good times.
Mm-hmm. Good
Goat.
text and Mike Ross. That was an era.
That was an era, bro. Missed that, but then they built us, bro. Speaking of building, GOAT FGC tournament series.
Mm.
We got CEO,
Mm.
Evo, combo breaker of the big three. Hell, it could be Genesis, SmashCon, Blade Breaker.
I could say Blade Breaker, but I'm gonna lean towards CEO. I'm gonna lean towards CEO.
Solid. The wrestling championship of fighting games. Uh, GOAT artist. Terms of drawing.
Go Illustrator. I mean,
Co-
Crystal Waltz. like,
Shameless plug. That's TCO Crystal Walls
like
represent.
I can't even like that's the first name that comes to mind. You know what I mean? Like
Fair play, fair play.
she'd be doing great stuff.
I see it. I see it. She even pimped me out too. I can't believe it, bro. W Crystal. GOAT musical artist. Is it still J. Cole?
Go musical artist. Go musical artist. Mm, it's a little bit harder for me because I don't listen to that much music and
Right.
like mm, can I pass on this one?
Fair. Uh, we'll scramble for another one. GOAT. Actually, let's switch the word GOAT for baddest. Baddest Demon Slayer waifu. YouTube, I hope you're playing
I
along
wasn't
too.
expecting I wasn't expecting this one.
Curveball, yeah.
Uh, I it's surprisingly it's a little bit harder because in Demon Slayer like there's attractive characters in Demon Slayer, but like not necessarily my type.
What is your type?
I'm gonna keep that hush
Okay,
hush.
confidential. I respect it. Let's round it off. YouTube, hope you throw this one in the comments as well if you're still here, just to check if you're alive. Sorry, man. Goat hashira.
Go Hashira.
Oh, by the way, I didn't do this. Mink.
Oh,
Goat
what'd you
hashira.
just do?
I was about to
Okay.
put a new question.
Okay. Does it have to be a current or just all time? Like it doesn't like or Hashira level, like official Hashira or let me see.
There are very few hashira, bro.
Mm,
The ones on the cover of the game of Demon Slayer 2.
mm, Guillaume. Well, we'll go Guillaume.
A very safe pick. I like it. And for the real final question that I just put in 10 seconds ago, uh, if it applies, you know Bleach like that, right?
Not really. No.
You know of the
I
captions?
have a general overview. I actually wouldn't be able to be 100% sure I'd be naming a proper caption.
All
Sorry to
right,
say.
then GOAT Bleach character.
Go Bleach character. Goat Bleach character. We'll go Yurichi.
Everybody love Yoriichi. That is a very solid pick. You have won 10,000 pounds. Nah, I'm playing. Go talk. Icebreaker is over. YouTube, hope you let Sorry Man know which one's your favorite and all the ones he picked. They're very solid picks. I don't even have to ask. Let me know if you think they're solid or not. He picked Domino's for fast food. These are all good, safe bets. He played well. Well done, our lab monster. But speaking of lab monster,
I I
you
got to
gotta
do
know,
better
bro.
about playing to win.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you'll have the time in Demon Slayer 2, but let's talk about Demon Slayer 1. You've been telling me about the amount of
Hmm.
hours that you got in Demon Slayer since you be labbing on the low. How many hours you put in this game?
So I'm not gonna lie, and this could be an open, check of the posts of the DS community or of anybody, but like anybody you can think of in the game, I think I may have the record for the most hours. In
Damn.
I have a message from myself in February of 2024. I was nearly at 7,200, so 7,200 hours on DS.
Damn.
That was 2024, and that was before PlayStation, and not including. I'm not sure if I included PC because Parsec and PC I don't really count as much, and it's a little bit harder to track because there wouldn't be a straight number. But
Right.
I'm near 4,000 on PlayStation.
4K.
So 7,200 and 4,000. So
That's
we're
like
like near
over 11,000 hours,
1,100,
bro. Yeah.
11,000.
Most people be talking about their hours in Overwatch, League of Legends, all that. Nah, F all that. What are your Demon Slayer hours, Brody? That's dedication.
Find me somebody who has something near that number. We'll go
Yes,
band for band. We'll go receipt for receipt.
M for M in the
now,
comments if they're
granted,
there.
now now granted, of course, disclaimer, like there might not actually be that many out. Like I'm the type of person that like in my spare time, even while I'm studying, like I like to do things with my hands. So I'll boot up Demon Slayer and just fiddle with something, or like optimize a combo, or take some notes. And I take a lot of notes
Oh, you still be studying.
about the games that I play. Hmm. Yeah,
What you be studying? If you want to let the
I'm,
chat room know.
I'm working on my bachelor's. I don't want to give them too much information about like my personal life. I like to keep things private, but I am working on my
Fair.
bachelor's, and I am working in the computers field and technology and stuff.
Same diff, same diff. Us nerds, we gotta stick together. We love it. Demon Slayer though. I'm sure everybody's gonna be there for the tournaments. I know. You and the clan are probably preparing for all the new people who are gonna show up, the influx of them with Demon Slayer 2, right?
Hmm. Yeah,
Uh
we want to welcome as many new people to the Demon Slayer scene as possible.
yeah. All love, all respect. We don't want to gatekeep over here, but it being open, especially in the brackets, you do be running tournaments like that. You've got like three in a row, right? For the Blade Breaker series. And
So yeah, mhm.
I just want to ask it when you think Blade Breaker 4 is happening, but go ahead.
There are plans in the works. You'll know soon. Um, to be could be next month. Likely will be next month.
Word.
And according to our plans, it may not be a single event on a single platform. So we're
Ooh,
looking to get some other platforms involved. Well, more details to come.
expansion. That's why it's good to subscribe to him while you can. Now this whole stream, this whole podcast sounds like a whole plug. Damn. Damn, bro. Well, since we're plugging, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. I want to plug myself for Blade Breaker. I'm gonna be in that tournament for sure, helping out the TCO gang. Y'all gotta watch that, bro.
Which, speaking of plugs and in that vein, one of the labels I forgot was AGC staff. Not that that's a flex or anything like that, but the
Yeah.
AGC is actually a really good resource for connecting with anime games overall. So if you're
Correct.
not in there, definitely check it out. It's a server that was created by Globku, and you know, other several other creators work together to put on events for a variety of games, whether that's Dragon Ball Fighters, be Demon Slayer, whether it be My Hero, like One's Justice and Ultra Rumble is in there. JJK had events. Whatever anime game that you play, it's probably in there, especially if that game doesn't have like a already established community, and you know they work hard to give a platform for events like that, hosting not just Ultimate Burst, but they also had Ultimate Burst where other smaller creators were able to host side events and
Yeah,
things
opening
like that.
burst.
So check, like more people need to be in there.
For
Check out the
sure.
AGC.
All y'all, yes, sure. All of you in the AGC, please. We love more people in the anime community if you're trying to game. After all, most of the games we play are really simplistic in nature and the mechanics, and I know most of y'all probably played them casually too. And you never know, you may love it competitively. We don't even sweat that hard. Even though Sorryman got those hours, he's like a chill guy most of the other time, bro. He's not like your average toxic player you find in any other online game. I know you Marvel Rivals players are suffering. Back on topic. Yeah, it's all love in the community. If you want to actually help out, you can tournament organize, link with those guys. You can commentate. That's what I do. Link with those guys. You could play, be a pro, be featured in people's streams, be famous. Hell, win money. Y'all like money, right? In your favorite anime based games? Keep an eye on that, bro. And yeah, back on Blade Breaker 4, I'm going to be there. I'm gonna plug you my scoreboards and my thumbnails later. I want you to check that out. That's for the future.
Okay.
Uh, TCO now. The clan you run. Word on the street is that TCO is the luminosity of anime gaming.
I don't know where, as far as a frame of reference, I would say, but you know, TCO is doing good, and I'm proud of all the people that come together and you know, make it what it is. People like Beast Hashira, people like Slick Assassin, people like Crystal Walls, Cash Almighty, um, you know, Ty, well, both of them because they two of them have Ty as a name, and all the server
Please.
staff and all of the players, uh, like high level and whatever. Like you know, there's so many different people. I'm gonna get in trouble if I try and list off everybody, but
Damn.
you know, whether the players or the staff, like I'm proud of everyone who comes together to make this organization what it is.
Yeah. When and how did you start TCO? Like when did you start it? How did you start it?
So actually, early on in my Demon Slayer career, I didn't to be short with the question, I didn't start TCO. I didn't. Um, Cash and Crystal actually both have seniority over me, as far as how the thing went. I joined the Demon Slayer community, like pretty much frame one. I was a Murata main and continue to really love Murata as far as my Slayers. I have to work hard to try and make him work,
It's in the
but you'll see
profile
more of
picture.
him later on. Anyway, yes, sir. But after I started to compete, excuse me, and it was the Slayer House at the time. You know, I got introduced to different people who were involved in, uh, you know, clans, and you know, I got an offer from a particular group, and after you know, I got to vibe out with them and see how cool they were. I was like, yeah, let me join up. So that's what I did, and at the time it was going by a different name. Um, yeah, it was going by a different name, and at some point, the leader at the time had merged with another group named TCO. Those two names were fused together, and it created a situation where I was one of the leaders, Cash was one of the leaders, Chris was one of the leaders, and the previous leader as well. And you know, at a certain point, I was made to be the leader, and the previous leader, he decided to step away. Won't get too into that, but he he wouldn't be a part of the community for too much longer after that. But
No,
from there, I and even in that, like one of my goals was to
oh no, the connection cut. Ah,
uh, for him, for me, for everybody,
okay, back.
and it it's just been something special that I've been leading since then, and it's great.
That's heartwarming, man. Brings a tear to the eye, bro. I was even about to ask, like, what exactly enticed you to be the new leader of the clan?
I was just the right hand at the time. I was making moves to get new people to join up. Making moves
Mm-hmm.
to be active in the clan battles, and there was rivalries, there was you know uh,
Ah,
competition
gangland.
and everything like that.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. That was the server that was led by Central Japan and his staff. At a certain point, they did like once activity decreased, they did shut down the that system. Um, but we persist. The Demon Slayer community persisted from there and continue to compete and host their own events and um, whatever the case is. An interesting part of the history is that I kind of neglected to mention was that I started in the Xbox community, and
Yeah, you
the
mentioned that. Yeah.
Xbox community has like a different history, like completely than the PlayStation one, because there was like maybe a couple things going on for Xbox early on, and then that kind of withered away. Like there was a lot more players on PlayStation and a lot more activity on PC as well. As time went on, PlayStation became the most active of all the platforms,
True.
but there was Xbox players and Xbox clans that were competing with each other, and my group was one of them. And we continued to compete, continued to do our thing. We at a certain point hosted the original Blade Breaker, let's call it series, Blade Breaker One and Blade Breaker Prelude, on Xbox. So
Yeah.
that's a part of that history as well. And I, was it 2023 or 2024? And I
When
ended
what
up getting
happened?
on PlayStation.
Uh-oh.
Um, and competing from there.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The one thing that does plague all these fighters, even though you're still pushing for all individual consoles, which is great, is again, I think we talked about this, but everybody knows that there should be no excuse for them not to put crossplay because so many people want to play with each other, no matter which controller they have. And it's just heartbreaking to see that everybody has to go out their way. You have to go out your way to make sure that everybody who plays on a certain console that the game is released on gets represented, for tournaments.
Mm.
Mm, it's rough out here.
Yeah, it's definitely a case where hopefully these publishing companies and developers recognize the value in um, making the structure of a game solid to where uh, it can have that longevity and have that cross connectivity where possible. Like if you build it from the ground up, keeping in mind, hey, let's pull this player base together. And and there's other factors, of course. I'm not gonna say that it's simple or like because there's a lot of things that we want and a lot of
Yeah.
things going on behind the scenes. Some people who want to help the community and get that for us, but their hands are tied, or there's not the funds, or there's not the approval, or there's some kind of bigger cross-platform. I don't know if Microsoft and Sony are agreeing on certain things. So there's
Yeah, they
so many
got
things
beef.
that go on. Um, but in either capacity, it's like if something can be built from the ground up with some of those things in mind, then it'd be great to have crossplay, even if like maybe it's in a limited capacity, maybe it's not so um, consistent because some people don't even play with Ethernet, like they play Wi-Fi Warrior. Um, maybe
in every game.
there would be some type of limitation there to say, okay, this is the optimal thing for that, and you can only whatever. So it's hopefully as we go along, those barriers can be removed. Even if step by step, and we can all play together.
Yeah, it's wishful thinking, but the best way you could play together
And in
is
the best
probably
conditions.
the best conditions, which should be a no-brainer. But one can dream, man. One can dream about having this here, bro. I mean, to think about it like clearly, which is this one may be more difficult than implementing crossplay. Thinking about the fact that the best way for everybody on every console to play with each other, no matter what controller they use, is probably to have these games at cons. These kind of games seem super casual, Demon Slayer 2 and all that. Uh, I thought it'd be really cool. The vision, I can already see if this game actually pops
Mhm.
off, which might be unlikely. Imagine if it showed up at like something like DreamCon, you know? Even if it doesn't show up at Evo or CEO or Combo Breaker, like DreamCon, a lot of people love anime there. It's
Hey, and there's some of our TOs are definitely looking at making something big like that happen. Not
yeah.
just in the sense of like, hey, it's just there, but like trying to host something.
But where would it be
So
first?
like hmm?
Where would it be first though? Like which country? Continent?
I'm not sure, but like
If you were to guess.
that's a good question. I think US is a likely one.
Right.
But like if anyone's gonna do it, I think of like Daddy Silver or Magus by what I know of what their goals are and what they're interested in doing.
Right. So I feel like a safe bet for these kind of games is like having a tournament appear at a con, because that's how I actually got my start in commentary in my country, my continent, actually next to it. Like going from Zimbabwe to South Africa, and there's like a convention in the spot, bro, and they're playing because not many people would show up for like maybe a Street Fighter Tekken tournament because the Northern Hemisphere, that's where people be playing fighting games like that. They have it like at a convention, the nerd convention, where everybody who sees that spot can just sign up. Imagine there's a Demon Slayer spot, all the setups, just sign up for free, or like I don't know if y'all want them to pay for it. There's a prize pool, lasts the whole 1 or 2 days, bro, and everybody having fun. That's just a vision. Or we could just have it at one spot at a uh usual local scene. I don't know if TNS got one of those, but like what you call it, NLBC at a spot, Wednesday night fights. There's so many ways they can implement it, but yeah, dreams.
Hmm.
It's just dreams at the end of the day so far, man. But
For
we do
sure.
our best online. Yeah, man. Demon Slayer 2 is coming out. And Bleach Rebirth of Souls, I still love that game. The same way you love Demon Slayer, but I had to show people the love you have for Demon Slayer for the one time, bro. Because I've been meaning to do this episode with you, leader at TCO, just so they can get to know you. Anything you want to tell the people? That if you want to tell them?
And we're wrapping up here.
Yeah. Told you it'd be short.
I
Well,
mean,
kinda.
what definitely support the people in the community who are pushing the community, and
Respect.
definitely tap in. Like even if you're not like a content creator or anything like that, you have any interest competing or learning more about the game, um, get on the grind, start practicing, start streaming, save your vods, save your vods, save your vods.
Always. Put them on
um,
YouTube.
and yeah, like having a history is so important. And I'll probably like drop a video that I did some time ago, like having that history of your matches, having that history of what you've been able to accomplish, whether it's even just for yourself, and just having something to like, hey, this is how I was able to perform, this was what I was able to do. It's so important. Like there are some players that have a much better track record than I do, but there's no
Right.
history there. There's no archive of it.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
that's what we're
like
doing. We're
I go ahead.
we're giving them that shine. That's what I'm
Hmm.
hyping you on. We're giving them that shine.
Yeah, so like if there's no VOD, there's no recording, it didn't happen. I don't mean that in the literal sense, but like, functionally it kind of feels that way. Like I'd love to see
Nah,
some of y'all fights. I'd love to see
yeah, mean
some of the
that, mean
performances
that,
that are being put on.
mean that. Vids where it did happen. That's what we're here for, y'all. That's what he here for.
For sure.
Yeah, but I really
But
appreciate you
I'd
showing up
probably
for this.
if I am I'd
If
like
you
to
what?
shout out a few people.
Go ahead.
Top of
Floor
my
is yours.
top of my head. So let's shout out Nikita the One. Big
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 up.
content creator, and definitely learned a lot about like the streaming environment from him. Want to shout out Wave Magus. He again after the era of after DS's quote unquote prime, like one of the supporters of the game, and keeping it going and continues to keep it going. He's actually going to be hosting something for his special day this Saturday. So tap in for that. I will be involved. The Daddy Silver hosting the Blood Moon Brawl. Big event. Got so many different creators to collaborate and do something massive. So shout outs to him.
Content.
Uh, oh man, I'm gonna get myself in trouble. Why did I start shouting people out? Shout out to Globku. Shout out to
Should I have
Globku. Shout out
should
to
I
the
have told you
AGC
not to do
staff.
that?
Shout out
Crazy.
to
Yeah.
shout out to Avatar Yaya. Like again, AGC is such a big resource, and all the people who are
Yeah.
putting it together. Like
Should,
definitely support them.
should I stop you? Because I feel like you make it sound like you're incriminating yourself, but really you're uplifting everybody you're mentioning.
Shout out to Mask. Another lab rat, but like and also a top player. I love working with him. I love talking tech with him. Like when he went to play the demo in Japan, he's in Japan, but when he was playing the demo, like it was so fun. Like typing back and forth and being like, "Hey, did you try this? Did you test that?" And everything like that. Shout out to
Respect
Zenkari.
mask.
He's new on the scene, but he's making waves.
Oh,
And
he
I'm
better. I
enjoying
want to
seeing
see him
his
in Ultimate
passion and love
Burst.
for yeah, shoot, and I love seeing how much he loves to learn. I love seeing how much he loves to shout out the people who, support him. Even being new on the scene, he's really really doing a lot of cool stuff, and I'm enjoying seeing what he's doing for DS and what he was doing, and I think still does for the Sparking Zero community. Hey, whatever game that you love, support it. Like
Doesn't
if
matter.
it
Yeah,
has
just support it.
something, if it has substance in it, support it, man. Like I
Word.
think we get a little bit too hung up on, hey, does this game have like uh thousands or hundreds of players? Is it getting the most
Yeah, yeah.
views on Twitch?
Forget
It's like
that.
some of these games are still golden. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like Sparking is an amazing game. I'm not trying to put it over or under whatever your favorite game is, but if you love Sparking, keep playing Sparking. Don't listen to everybody who's saying, "Hey, the game's dead." Like y'all just
Yeah,
got this. Bleach,
the content
that's
creators
an
throwing shade
amazing
and all
game.
that. Yeah, everybody's been guilty
Not
about throwing shade at it
perfect,
once. It's not, yeah,
not
Bleach isn't
perfect,
perfect either.
but
Yeah,
what is perfect in life?
who
Demon
cares? But
Slayer is not a perfect game,
mm,
but I have stuck with it because I love it and I see how much potential is in it. And like
yeah,
sometimes we sell ourselves short, whether it be about a mechanic. Like there's some people who quit Demon Slayer because they're like, oh, Surge is broken, you're armored, and it's like, well, yeah, like you're armored for like 10 seconds. Like just don't run into their punches. Keep away, let them
word.
waste it. You know what I mean? Like there's resource management. There's so many different aspects of the game that and so many different ways to approach the game that like innovate. Come up with a creative solution to beat that character that you think is broken because they might not be like they might be just somebody that you haven't figured out yet. But whatever it is, I'm excited for everything that's coming up next.
Damn, you trying to shout out the whole world? You got so animated in the last 10 minutes. You shouting out the everybody in Demon Slayer, everybody in anime. You shouting out the whole world. I respect it. I respect it, bro. We got nowhere to go but
I
up.
might have to. I might have to keep it going. Shout out to Jays. Shout out to. All right, all right,
All right, I'm meaning your ass.
all
Nah, I'm playing.
right.
But yeah, you got nowhere to go but up. Might have thought I'd use this as a time capsule, as a spotlight, just to for people to get to know who you are, just so they don't say who's sorry man, who this, you that. Because I know a lot of people who join Discords can be a bit intimidated seeing all these other names and don't know who to shout out,
Mhm.
who to talk to. Here you go. You want to get into Demon Slayer? Sorry man, here for you. Also go sub, and while you're at it, sub to me. Anime game conventions, that will be
Mhm.
fun if we go IRL, but we got to start online so that we can show there's the passion for it and we can only get bigger from here. And like you said, it's all about love. Give a damn about the shade that they throw and give a damn about the numbers, the clout. Just think for yourself. If you like it, play it. Like me, I love Bleach and I'm going to still give it its shine where I can. Whatever I agree with or not, just like Sorry Man said, just show love. Look how much love he shows to Demon Slayer, yo. It's inspirational. And by the way, back on the Bleach tip, since I started this with Lee the Warlord, Lee, if you're watching this, I miss you. Mwah. Otherwise, Sorry Man, thank you so much for pulling up to Reishi Radio, because the whole time it was Reishi Radio. Even though we talking about Demon Slayer, honestly, Bleach is the reason why this exists. I don't know why I said that. I have no idea why I said that, but like Sword DBZ is what people call it. But nah, I still love Demon Slayer. I still love Bleach. Thanks
I
again for showing
mean,
up,
great
bro.
games are great games. You just got to keep doing it, you know.
Just gotta keep loving.
Follow me. Follow TCO on YouTube and on Twitch. I have a VODs channel for my archive stuff since Twitch, like limited the amount of hours that you can post on there. Yeah.
Thank you all for listening to this super scuffed episode of Reishi Radio. By the way, sorry man, like a bunch of stuff got like cut, so hopefully I'm sure they got the whole picture. Full disclosure, because audio, you know.
Oh, some of my audio got cut. We'll see.
I'm pretty sure.
We'll see.
Yep.
We'll see.
Maybe I'll fix it in post, but y'all let me know about the quality. I'm gonna edit it as well as I can, the audio levels that is. I got my 2D makeover recently, so like the rest of TCO, they be telling me to join the TCO universe, and now I'm here, bro. So like, yeah, W Crystal again, W Sorry Man for pulling up. Feels like getting a tattoo. And I will see you in the next video for whatever I do, for whatever anime game.
Shout out Perks. Shout out Wakasa.
Stop it. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Goodbye before Sorry Man starts again. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Stop.